What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the St. Thomas Dynasty here on NCAA 14. This is your boy John Jake on the mic, and today we are hosting our senior day here. We are taking on fellow MAC newcomer in the UMass Minutemen. They're currently 5-6 on the season so far, whereas we're 7-4. Got that bowl berth under control, but if we get to 8 wins, we get this win today, we'll be able to recruit 3 stars in our pipeline states, and even towards the end of the season, that could help us, towards this off season, man. And not only that, but even though we've had a very, I'll say a pretty disappointing year, within conference play, we took care of business, whenever we were outside of conference, but, here we're 3-4, but, looking at a lot of these teams, we're only 1 game back, so we still have the potential of maybe going to the MAC Conference Championship game. Looking over on the east side, though, looks like it's going to fall between Bowling Green and Ohio. Although, yeah, because Ohio, lost to Bowling Green. So, looks like unless they lose to Akron, who's having a tough year for himself, Bowling Green will represent the east side. But, over on the west, it could be anybody. So, we could be 4-4, potentially, and go to a conference championship game. But before we even worry about, the opportunity of maybe going to a championship game, we got to take care of business against UMass on senior day. So we'll go ahead and hop into that shortly. If you do love the content here on this channel, though, make sure you smash that like button as well as subscribe if you have to be new. Alright, man, here we go. Let's see if we can get it done. Finally get a win on senior day, because we are actually 0-5 right now in this dynasty, and that is a darn shame, because we have made so much progress as a team. It's time for us to get that victory, for our seniors last time here at Osh Hall Stadium. As senior Kyle Luck, he's actually going to keep it up the middle and pick up a nice first down. Nice gain of 5. Nice job running on the first couple of plays. As now we'll go into play action, see if we can get Eli Shaligan open, which he is. See if we can take it to the outside. We bounce it to the outside, and we do pick up the first down. I really do love working with him, on those plays, because Eli Shaligan does have speed and athleticism that I 100% love to use. As now there's Jamie Smith, 5-yard gain on that one. Picking up a few yards right there, cannot complain whatsoever. As now we got a 2nd and 5 now. Here comes Kyle Luck once again. Who's going to take it to the outside? Another 9-yard gain for the St. Thomas Tommies as we're rocking and rolling down the field. As we got 1st and 10 coming up here. Kyle Luck, he's going to throw over the middle to an Andrew Green, who gets lit up instantly like a Christmas tree, but it is able to hang on and make the catch regardless. So now, a couple plays later, we got a 3rd and 6 now. Got to convert this first down here. I'm not trying to sell for free, and we won't have to worry about that for right now, because Lucas Coley picks up the first down. Nobody picks him up out of the backfield, and we're able to take advantage. As we now have a set of first downs to work with, we're going to keep it to Kyle Luck. He's been really successful in these runs. He's taken some hits certainly this season, but for now he does bounce right back up. No problem for him whatsoever, as Eli Shaligan now gets into the end zone. Another score for St. Thomas, a very successful offensive season, as now Eli Shaligan gets us on the board, got a 7-0 lead, and we'll go ahead and kick it off to the UMass Minutemen now, who are trying to return this kick back. Martin's got some space though, although he's finally brought down by Jeff Outlaw. That could have been trouble if it wasn't for the fact that he did not, get stuck, behind some linemen. So now we got him in the 2nd and 9 now. Williams is going to actually keep it here. He's got some space to work with, as Jeff Outlaw and Zaire Hill both are there to make the tackle. As Ralph does pick up the first down quickly. He took Jeff Outlaw for a ride too before Zaire here cleans it up. As a couple plays later, we got 3rd and 6 now. See if we can get a stop on 4th down. And it was really close. Bob Barron somehow made that catch for the Minutemen, as St. Thomas was out here. We had it covered well, as we also did that little, quarterback keeper. But, just user error right there. Not very good at defense whatsoever, and it definitely showed. As now we got him to a 2nd and 3. They're going to throw it to Looks like over to Bo Hall. I think that is his name. Either way, he dropped it. So now we're back at it again. 3rd and 3 coming up here. Ralph's going to throw over the middle to Wheatley, who just does enough to pick up the first down. What a frustrating way for this drive to stay alive. So close to getting off the field. And now we're back at it again. As here comes Moore on the right-hand side, who was initially stopped in the backfield, but we just can't complete the tackle. You got to make those open field tackles, you know, if we want to win this game. As now here comes Wheatley on the left-hand side. He's going to get in easily. Tyler Graham can't catch him. As Brandon Wheatley makes this game all tied up at 7. So now here comes St. Thomas back on the field, and we're going to give it to our main man, Lucas Coley, who has turned to a star for us this season, who actually had to get away from a couple defenders, somehow made something out of nothing. I assumed that we were going to be stopped for a loss or something like that, at least no gain. But, you know, was able to turn that to 7 yards, so that's really encouraging to see. So was that throw to Alex Garcia, who's able to get to open field. Nice job on the scramble drill, and that's a 25-yard gain on that one. As we move to the end of the first quarter, things are still all tied up at 7 apiece. You know, but St. Thomas, man, we are in UMass territory, and we're looking to take the lead on these guys with ease. As we're looking, going to try to find Alex Garcia. It somehow gets in there and makes the catch. Goes for a gain of 11, but that is an impressive throw by Kyle, because that is a very small hole to try to fit it through. As we got a 3rd and 10 now that we're dealing with. Going to try to go over to Tristan Singleton, but it's deflected away by Kyle Green. You already know, man, we don't our OC doesn't necessarily trust our kicker, so we're keeping our offense out on the field on this 4th and 10. Going to try to go to Adrian, who drops the pass. That would have been a touchdown if that was caught. But instead, it's a turnover on downs, and now UMass will be taking over here. Ralph Williams, he's going to lead the troops out on the field as Justin Hill makes the first catch for the Minutemen on this drive. Goes for a first down. Couple plays later, here comes Ralph Williams in shotgun again. This time it's deflected away by Billy Mitchell, who's able to step in there and get a hand on the ball at the last second. Leading to this 3rd and 9, would love to, you know, force a punt right here, right now on this 9-yard gain, and we actually get the stop. He goes out of bounds. It wouldn't have mattered anyways, even if he got it. And now St. Thomas is here to take over, man. So the turnover on downs does not kill us for right now. But, you know, we got to do a little bit better than what we did on the last possession. We had a lot of promise. But, you know, that turnover on downs, once again, you know, turned that, you know, something into nothing instantly. As we got a 3rd and 11 now. Trying to make something happen. And finds Andrew Green through a very tight hole. Able to get another first down for the Tommies. As now Kyle Luck, he's going to keep it himself on the next read option. He's going to pick up 7 more yards, refusing to slide down, trying to pick up every extra yard that he can right now. Going to him early and often. He's feeling a little bit more comfortable with the running gain. As now we go to Eli Shaugan, who makes a man miss, picks up 8, and keeps the chains moving. Next play, Kyle Luck in the shotgun. He's going to throw over to Alex Garcia now, who gets us, you know, just outside of the red zone. Although Alex Garcia looks like he's a little shaken up on the play. Turns out he does have a bruised shoulder, so he's going to be out for a couple quarters. So, you know, we're going to have to rely, you know, for guys like Santiago Fallon, Tristan Singleton. They're going to have to step up in his place for that second wide receiver position. As we move to 3rd and 7. Got an obvious passing situation now. Going to try to throw over the middle to Santiago, who doesn't quite get there. I don't know why we decided to throw it short. Try to find something else. Maybe believing in Santiago a little too much. But either way, you know, 4th and 3. We're going to go for it here, man. You know, see, the offensive coordinator still believes in us. And it pays off as Coley finds a nice hole to run through. Picks up another 12. As we got a fresh set of downs to work with, basically 1st and goal right here. And we find Rashad Bird on the next play. Able to win on his slant and make a nice catch for a touchdown, as St. Thomas will now take a 14-7 lead. As now we are set to kick back off to UMass. These next couple of minutes are going to be pretty important. Don't want to give them an opportunity to tie this game going into the locker room. As, you know, UMass, they do get the ball to start the second half. And look what it is. This number 29, Junior Bush, able to get into St. Thomas territory instantly. One more first down, and they might actually, you know, take them, you know, within field goal range, you know, just from the jump. As now Bob Barron's going to get a catch from Ralph Williams, getting 5 yards on the play. But that clock is still ticking. Now only a minute left here in this first half. 3rd and 6 coming up here. As Ralph Williams dropping back into shotgun. He's looking. He's going to throw it short to Titus Leverford. And it's not nearly enough for the first down. So, and look at this. They're actually going to go for it here. We're going to see if we can, you know, we're going to settle for the good field position. And they do miss the kick. That actually is going to take us into halftime. Couldn't do anything on our drive. We do have a 14-7 lead in this defensive struggle. Love the energy. Alright guys, so welcome back to the second half of this Senior Day special between St. Thomas and UMass. Ralph Williams is going to take it to the left-hand side. Pitch it to Wheatley. But Zaire Hill is able to lay the lumber on the halfback. Leading to this 3rd and long. Would love to go 3 and out here on this first possession for the Minutemen. Try to set a tone, but he's going deep for Cook. Curtis Cole able to drag a foot in bounds. You only need 1 foot in college, and it goes for a gain of 24. They're keeping this thing rolling now, as now UMass is able to string together 2 first down plays in a row. As we got a 1st and 10. Ralph Williams up the left-hand side, getting brought down from behind by Jeff Outlaw, as Ralph Williams does pick up an additional first down. It's, you know, been a tough struggle here in the second half early on, as we do force him to throw the outside in this next play. It's incomplete, and it leads to a 3rd and 11 coming up here. You know, let's try this again. First 3rd down did not go very well. Hopefully the second time is the charm, as they go up the middle for Justin Hill. But Zaire Hill is able to bring him down well before the first down marker, as they will have to settle for a field goal. And it's only 14-10 here midway through this 3rd quarter. But it could change quickly, as Kajaye Boyd only has 1 more man to beat. Make sure there's no clipping, and there isn't a flag on the field. Kajaye Boyd takes it back 100 yards for a kick return touchdown on Senior Day. And now we got a commanding 21-10 lead. And now the pressure sits back on the Minutemen. They got to come up with some kind of response, as Williams going up the middle on the quarterback draw picks up 7. But there's going to be a 3rd and short coming up here. We can get a 3 and out right here, right now. We can really take control of this game, as Harrison goes into motion for UMass. It's actually a play action. Williams, he's going to throw to the right to Harrison. As, you know, Billy Mitchell cannot get there in time. Able to get out of bounds for a first down. So now, next play, Williams is going to drop back into shotgun. Almost able to get to the quarterback, but finds Curtis Cole at the very last second. As now they got a 2nd and short coming up here. This looks like a suspected play action, but no, it's a speed option to Brandon Wheatley, who is able to scamper upfield quickly, pick up the first down. As Zaire Hill and Tyler Graham both were able, you know, to make that tackle. But so is Adam Wright out there to push him right back. And now we got another 3rd and long coming up here. We've been doing a real good job on 1st and 2nd down. But 3rd down, they become gods. And they are showing that God level ability on 3rd downs, as Adam Richard makes another catch for 25. So for the 2nd time, they're able to keep this thing rolling, as we do get them to another 3rd down following a catch by Curtis Cole. As we got 3rd and 1 coming up here. Probably going to be a read option. You You know what? Hopefully our guys can react well enough. It is a read option, but it's Ralph Williams going up the middle, and of course, we can't get a push on the line, and Ralph Williams was able to pick up the first, which means now they are in striking distance of making this a one-score game, and they do just that. Mike Moore able to make the catch from Ralph Williams for his first touchdown of the day. And now it's back to a one-possession game, 21-17, as they're kicking it back off to the St. Thomas special teams unit, who has one, kick return already, as Eric Bradshaw, he's able to take it for a nice return, picking up 40 yards. It'll actually be the first possession for St. Thomas. UMass has had it the entire third quarter. So this is actually the first time we'll see St. Thomas's offense here in the second half. Let's see if we can make some good adjustments. And no, we don't! Bush gets the interception. Kyle Luck can't make the tackle either. And just like that, Kyle Luck throws his third interception. Two of them were in, garbage time in the first half, just Hail Marys. But this one, though, intercepted, read him like a book, and now UMass has their first lead of the game. Definitely a momentum shifter, if I say so myself, as now we come back on the field once again after giving up that touchdown, as now we really need to score here. This could be a very important moment. We haven't, done too terribly well getting stops on defense, and now with Lucas Coley, Kyle Luck, and company all need to get it together now as we're moving into the final quarter of play. We find ourselves down by 3 points, and what's on the line is, not only are we trying to get to 8-4, be able to recruit 3 stars at our pipelines, but also trying to get our very first win on senior day in this dynasty. As we'll move into the second quarter now, Lucas Coley is able to fight forward and pick up the first down. Little 4-yard gain, nothing pretty, but does get the job done regardless. As now we'll go back to Coley, this time a much bigger hole to run through. Another 10-yard gain for the St. Thomas offense, as now we're just rocking and rolling with that run game. They haven't had an answer for it yet, and we're going to keep that energy going until they find a way to stop it. As Coley picking up another 10 yards, nearly another first. But Coley does get a little, tired out. So now we'll go to Eli. He's able to pick up the first, another 6-yard scamper for the backup running back. Only his second carry of the day, but was able to get the job done when called upon. As now Coley going to take it up the middle again. This time a lot more harder running, only a few yards. So we'll need our passing attack to come through here on this 3rd and 7. As Luck, he's looking, finds Eli Shaw again, who's able to get inside the 5. And now we're only a few yards away from seizing this lead right back. Let's see if we can make it happen here on this 3rd and goal. Luck dropping back. He finds Alex Garcia. Touchdown, Tommies. And we got the lead right back here at Oshaw Stadium with 3.5 minutes left to go in this game. And so now it comes down to this possession right here. 3 minutes to go. 3rd and 5. They go out to Wheatley, who breaks the first tackle, but is met by Jeff Outlaw and other St. Thomas defenders. And now, for some reason, they did decide to punt it away. So now for us, all we need to do is pick up this first down. And this game will be over. And Luke's going to just run for it and pick up the first down, which means UMass can no longer stop the clock. And that's how this game ends, man. We are able to walk away from senior day winning by a final score of 28-24. And your Tommies will improve to 8-4 on the season, their best season yet in this entire dynasty. And we're not even done yet, I'm pretty sure. So Kyle Luck did throw a season high in interceptions today, but at least just like in the final game of last season, it was a complete disaster, so you can tell from the score. He did also chip in with 186 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air, and then, he didn't get anything on the ground, but did have 46 yards rushing. Eli Shaligan, though, was able to get into the end zone. He had a touchdown on the ground, Although the main runner for us was Lucas Coley today, 16 for 81. Looking at our receivers though, we had 2 receivers get into the end zone today. Alex Garcia, who led us in both, receptions and almost in yards too. He had 5 for 56, had a score. Andrew Green had a great game, 3 catches for 57 yards, led the team in yards today. And then Rashawn Bird, yeah, that's what I meant to say, yeah. He also had a catch for 10 yards and a touchdown as well. Moving over to our defense today, we were led by Tyler Graham. He had 8 total tackles on the day, just making tackles whenever asked to, although Zaire Hill wasn't too far behind. We didn't get to this quarterback today, unfortunately, nor force any turnovers, but, it did what it needed to do at the end of the day in order, to get this W and move on to 8-4 on the season. So after the game, we do take a final look at, the conference standings, at least for the MAC West, and look what ends up happening. We finish 1 game shy. We finished 1 game back from Ball State, and if we would have taken care of business against Ball State, back, it was right there. And that was a game where Kyle Wood got hurt, and Antoine Johnson had to come in for like the next few weeks. If we would have won that game, we would be going to a conference championship right now. But that just means that we finished that 1 game shy, and unfortunately for us, that means we're gonna have to wait till next year till we try to get back at it again and get this conference championship game. But now that we did reach 8 wins in a single season, we can at least start recruiting 3 stars within our pipeline states. And we don't have too much more room left in our recruiting class, but we were able to add a couple of 3 stars on the board. First is Jeff Fisher, 75 overall athlete. Kind of looking at his stats right now, it looks like he'll be at least a solid receiver. Or maybe even like a running back. Definitely an offensive weapon, just doesn't seem to have much going on the defensive end. So I'm thinking like running back or wide receiver for him, probably wide receiver, because that's where we're going to have more of a need. But we are the only school to offer him a scholarship at the moment. So if we get lucky, perhaps in over the course of the offseason, we can bring somebody like him in. That would be really cool for our program. And then the other person that I looked at is Chester Bird. He was scouted at a 70 overall, and then I just kind of scouted him, and he went down to a 64, which is still better than any of our quarterbacks that we are currently bringing in. Larry is a 56, and Bruce McGuire is only a 60 overall. But that is very disappointing. Definitely a pocket passer. Does not have much speed on him, only 55 speed. But he does have, good throw power, decent throw accuracy. The only thing is that looks like right now Pitt is well ahead, but hasn't offered him a scholarship. Whereas, us and Western Kentucky, it seems like for right now, we'll have the edge, on Western Kentucky moving forward. So it will be a little bit of a long shot, but, even though he is considered a bust, I still would like to have him on the team. I think at the very least, he could compete for the backup job next season, against Noah Brooks, since I didn't necessarily like what Noah Brooks brought to the table, whenever we benched Antoine Johnson back in the Eastern Michigan game. So before we find out which bowl game we are going to go to, let's take a look at the Heisman Trophy race. And it looks like Gary Smith from Texas A&M is going to take home the Heisman this season. He had, it was a somewhat close Heisman race, but, 23 total touchdowns. It's really hard to compete with that, man. So congratulations to him. And we don't get hoed this time around. We will be going to the AutoZone Liberty Bowl, where we'll take on Mid-Tennessee State. And, we actually played these guys, I think it was a few seasons back. We did beat them, so we're 1-0 in the series. Let's see if we can go forth and go 2-0 against Mid-Tennessee State and see if we can win in our very first bowl appearance. It's going to be a really good one, so just make sure you smash that like button as well as subscribe to the channel if you happen to be new. This is John J. Gaming on the mic, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care, everybody.